We begin this hour in Saudi Arabia, where on the Hill, arms sales and nuclear deals on Wednesday, President Trump used his veto powers once again. This time he's blocking 3 bills that would restrict U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. RT's Sarah Montez de Oca joins me with the details. Sarah, rarely do we get Republicans and Democrats to get along on the Hill. They do, and the president says, I'm not going to go for it.
That's right, Scotty. This is a pretty big deal because it was a bipartisan deal, one that a key Trump ally, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, actually led to block. President Trump vetoed a trio congressional resolution aimed at blocking his administration from selling billions of dollars in weapons and maintenance support to Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Now, Trump justified his move in letters to the Senate, stating this resolution would weaken America's global competitiveness and damage the important relationships we share with our allies and our partners. Now, the president called the bill ill-conceived and cited concerns about conflict in Yemen, the ongoing Yemen war, encouraging Congress to direct its effort toward supporting our work to achieve peace through a negotiated settlement to the conflict in Yemen. Now, the bill would have stopped a pending arms shipment that included 124,000 precision-guided ammunition, some bombs, and aircraft maintenance support. Now, just last month, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo cited threats from Iran as a reason to approve the $8.1 million arms sales to its 2 allies. Now, both sides of the political aisle have grown very furious over Trump's decision to bypass congressional review, calling it a phony emergency.
They employed an obscure and rarely used provision of the law to declare a phony emergency. But here's the reality. There is no emergency. Do you know how I know? I know because a real emergency would require weapons that can be delivered immediately. If you need them right now, you want weapons that can be delivered immediately, not months or even years from now, as these do.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi issued a statement in response to President's veto. The president's shameful veto tramples over the will of the bipartisan, bicameral Congress and perpetuates his administration's involvement in the horrific conflict in Yemen, which is a stain on the conscience of the world. Now, this also comes as the last major arms control treaty remaining between the U.S. and Russia is nearing its expiration date. The 2010 New START Treaty is a major accord limiting the size and power of U.S.-Russian nuclear arsenals. The White House has been pushing for China to be part of a possible new deal. And today, the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee held a hearing on just how the U.S. plans to move forward with this deal and whether they plan to extend the deal or simply start over. Everyone seems to be on board to have some sort of nuclear arms deal in place.
Another important goal is that multilateral arrangement that includes China, which is, after all, this has changed since 2010, now the pacing threat for United States national security. Getting China to that table will not be easy. It's not obvious why it would be in China's interest to do so, at least not as the table is now set. It may require resetting the table, perhaps even working with Russia in a post-INF context to field significant forces around China.
Scotty, China has already refused a future trilateral arms agreement, so it remains unclear really how the U.S. will handle this negotiation. We heard him just say that he could use Russia to help in getting China to that negotiating table.
Well, it looks like we're playing Let's Make a Deal with some very important leaders around the world. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.